Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dr. Han here at HealthFit. I am joined by Kamille Rose Soler, the founder of the Ultimate Life, LYFE, which means live your fullest every day. Camille's been a client of mine for a few weeks now, and as a mindset coach, business coach, and professional speaker, we got to know a lot more about each other and what each other does. So I really wanted her to share her experience with you guys because she has a lot of insight into not only what it means to be here as a client at HealthFit, but what it means to achieve, not only in business, but in life and in just your overall health. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Camille, and then I'm gonna ask her a few questions, and we're gonna go from there.
Right on. Hi everyone, my name is Kamille Rose Soler. As Dr. Jason Hahn said, I am the founder of the Ultimate Life, and it's life spelled LYFE, which is live your fullest every day. And I'm a transformational speaker and a life and business coach. So what that really means is I get to work with entrepreneurs and leaders in developing a much stronger, more powerful mindset so that they can overcome their fears and pursue their greatest passions. And what I get to do is my passion. So I really love being able to hold the space for people to realize not just their potential, but to become very self-aware of the things that could be blocking them from living a life that is full, whatever that means for you. And so when I started coming here to HealthFit, it's probably a couple weeks ago, right? I'd say a little less than 2 months ago. And I came because I had severe hip pain on my left glute. I really wasn't sure what exactly was going on. I just knew that I was in a lot of pain. And it all started after about 2 years ago. I had begun running these Reebok Spartan races. So some of you might know of them. They're the obstacle course races. And I loved it. I did 2 trifectas, which basically means I ran 6 of the Reebok Spartan races, all within a year and a half. I did all 3 of them. I did the sprint, the super, and the beast. And while it was amazing to accomplish all of that, and I've been an athlete my whole life, I noticed the minute I stopped, I had this crazy limp going on the left side of my body. Now, as a speaker, I am sometimes standing on stage for an hour and a half talking in heels. So as hard as that already is, you couple that with some hip pain, I was having a really hard time teaching workshops, doing seminars, and it got to a point where I could barely sit without, I couldn't even cross my legs the way I'm crossing them right now. I had to literally shift every 20 seconds. So I was stubborn and waited 2 years after the pain started to finally pursue physical therapy with HealthFit. And the reason I waited, to be honest, why I kept trying to deal with the pain, I took Advil all the time, I was YouTubing how to stretch out my hip. I went to surgeons and literally got x-rays and CAT scans of my hip because I thought I broke a bone. But I didn't want to go to a physical therapist for 2 reasons. One, I didn't know if my insurance was going to cover it, and I was honestly just too lazy to even look it up because I didn't want to deal with it. And 2, my impression of what physical therapists did would be me going in for a 30-minute appointment, them stretching me out for 20 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes would be, all right, now do all these exercises at home. And why I had that impression was because that's how I had experienced physical therapy the first time when I was still in college. I had broken my ankle from playing basketball, and that's what they did at the hospital that I went to. Was I saw the physical therapist once a week for 30 minutes. They gave me a couple exercises, but to be honest, I felt like they were things that I could do at home anyway. So I felt like it would have been a waste of my time. Nothing that I couldn't find on YouTube. But again, everything I researched on YouTube wasn't helping. So the pain got to a point where I couldn't stand anymore when I was speaking. I had to sit on a stool to teach a seminar. Every time I had a stressful week, I'd be limping like crazy. And I hated the fact that I couldn't sit down, this is the third thing, for more than 20 seconds without shifting. And even within the first appointment, walking into HealthFit, it felt like home. It didn't feel like a hospital setting. I wasn't in a waiting room. It didn't seem like it was going to be a waste of time. It was a very welcoming environment, one. And as an athlete, it was cool to be able to see all the equipment. They had the big yoga balls, they had the TRX bands. So that was already a good sign for me. And within the first appointment alone, Jason really walked me through the process of what it would be like to work with them. He asked me about my story, and without me having to tell him, he already knew exactly what was causing the pain. And what I was more impressed by was, instead of just wasting the first appointment on a consultation, he already started digging into the pain. So he was able to test out certain muscles in my body, from my abdomen to how I turned, that I didn't even know had anything to do with my hip, not realizing that everything was connected. So that really began my trust and my confidence that this was going to be a productive healing process, and that this wouldn't be a waste of my time. And that's certainly what it's been thus far. So if my best friend or a family member, or even if one of you who are watching right now are procrastinating, like I did, on seeking professional help or going to physical therapy, my advice to you is stop procrastinating. I know it's certainly something that I did just out of stubbornness. The truth of it is, I have always had that athlete's mindset where if you break something, you sprain something, you lace up your shoes and you get back in the game. You pretend as if the injury didn't even happen. And that was just something I was trained in from a very young age. So I kept that up to now, where it's almost like I felt ashamed to admit that I had some sort of pain, especially being 31 and I have hip pain already. And the people I was running with during these races were even older than I am, and they don't have any pain. So number one, get over the mindset that there's anything for you to be ashamed of. And number two, if you're worried about, oh, it's gonna be expensive, I don't have time for it, the truth is, you will get to a pain point. You'll get to a threshold in your pain that it's too much already. You're starting to sabotage another part of your life. Your work is suffering, your relationship is suffering, because at the end of the day, your health is suffering. And I'm a really big believer in the level of success you have in your life is very connected to the level of self-care that you take. So for me, taking care of my body and my health is first priority. And for some reason, and I kind of told you my mindset blocks, I wasn't making it first priority. So my thing to you is, your health is your wealth. As corny as that sounds, it's so true. You can't be happy in your relationship. You can't be productive at work. Gosh, you don't even want to go out the door if you're not feeling well. And you're going to make that thing an excuse, whether it's, oh, my shoulder hurts or my hip's bothering me. Well, guess whose fault that is? And I hate to sound like tough love, but it's yours. So you have the people here, you have the resources, just go and do it. And don't allow yourself to get to a point like I did, where it was starting to impede my progress and impede my level of service that I wanted to give to the people that mattered to me most. So if you'd like to learn more about me, perhaps even follow my journey here with HealthFit as I continue to heal my hip, which, by the way, what we've done in less than 8 weeks, I could not even accomplish in 2 years. So keep that in mind. So if you want to follow me, you can check out theultimatelife.com. Again, that's LYFE.com. Or on Facebook, you can look up The Ultimate Life, again, LYFE. Or you can look up my name, Kamille Rose, so that's Kamille Rose Soler. And you'll see some of my Instagram posts of my work here at HealthFit, the work that I do with entrepreneurs and leaders. And again, if there's anything that I can leave you with, is that there is great power in the pause. And what I mean by that is, when you pause at any point in your life to take care of yourself, and knowing that your self-care is directly connected to the level of success that you are going to have, then it'll begin to shift your mindset and your priorities towards the thing that you have been hesitating on, which, I'll be honest, for most high achievers, is their own health. So I hope you take time to pause, call Dr. Han, come here to HealthFit, even if you just check out the place. It's got a great vibe. And find out what you need to do to remove the blocks in your own body so you can be at peak performance again. So thanks so much for listening.